So, longtime Opie and Anthony fans are familiar with who Scorch is. He's this radio personality from, I don't know, 30 years ago or something. He was on the air. He was on a shift on their station. If you're a fan, you know who he is. He's just kind of this hack, radio hack who never really went anywhere and got kicked off the radio. And then he started doing this public access TV show stuff. And right now he's doing it on YouTube. He used to pay money for the public access and then pretend that it was like a show he was hired to do. So now he's just literally recording himself in the corner of some bar somewhere and doing it on YouTube. And it's pretty funny and entertaining in the train wreck kind of way. And his episode yesterday, I guess, a day ago, I watched it and it just it's pretty putrid. There's some real there's some gems in here. Just a real quick, so this is it, just to sum up. So Scorch is this guy with this crazy fake radio voice. He's completely oblivious. He doesn't know how to be funny. He couldn't do it if he tried. It's only funny to laugh at him. Opie and Anthony over the years have played clips of his show, his TV show. They really didn't play his radio show much. They talked about it. But they've spent so much time, hours, reviewing his TV show called PFG TV, which is pretty fucking good. No, pretty fucking great, I believe, TV. And like I said, it was on, it was like the kind of thing you'd see on, if you're young, you won't even know what this is, but public access, they would have these they would have these channels on TV and people would just pay money and then they could put literally whatever they want on there as a commercial. Like you buy an hour or a half hour worth of time on this shit channel that no one's ever going to see. And you sell your garbage there and whatever. So Scorch would do that, but he would pretend that it was like he got that time slot, like he was under contract or he was like, they signed him. But it was just like literally anyone could just pay the, I don't know, $50 or whatever it was to take that time slot and sell their garbage. But he would put on some hacky, shitty variety show. But the vast majority of the show was just him plugging garbage, plugging local businesses, plugging all sorts of who knows what, whatever, just getting some shitty bar band to come in, play their terrible music, have some talentless person come in, sing comedy, some comedians. He had his co-host was this guy who hated him secretly, and they would like needle each other. It was very funny. I highly recommend watching the Opie and Anthony stuff. And just look up Scorch, Opie and Anthony, and there's hours and hours and hours of that stuff to check out. It's really great. So, Scorch was going live yesterday. For some reason, it started like this. 6-minute clip. And you'll notice that this is in stereo. Nice and clear. And then 4.5 minutes to go for greatness. And this is how it begins. Total silence. This is our hero, Scorch. I want you to pay very special attention to that battery pack connected to the microphone. Also, look at this cheap, shitty knockoff tablet. And on the back, you will see a PFG TV sticker, which is what he used to put on the back of his laptop back in the day to cover up the Apple logo, as if it's like an official PFG TV branded product. But on this tablet here, this knockoff $100 tablet, it's the sticker's on upside down. I thought that was kind of funny. You'll see it. But anyway, I'm all over the place. That battery pack right there, right? That's connected to the microphone. He's wearing a microphone now, I think. You see that under the top, under the button here? But anyway, I don't know why this is up. Okay, the sticker's upside down, as you can see. I don't know why this is up here. And why it's still up here. It just clearly is a mistake. But this is like the precursor to what's to come. So for some reason, he started early in silence with the camera zoomed in on his crotch. him fiddling with that cheap shit. Oh, this, it was a Surface. It's a Surface. That's not that cheap. It's not on an iPad. And then he has the sticker on upside down. But like this battery pack here is going to be the arch nemesis of him, as he's so incompetent, he keeps touching it and fucking up the connection to the microphone throughout the entire episode. And we do have the chat on here, which is going to play a big part into this as well. Oh, and Opie and Anthony's intern, Sam Roberts, who's later moved on to being like his own little unlistenable personality on the radio. He was very good as a Jocktober, third mic partial guy. So he worked for Scorch, and they touch on that a little bit in this too, which is kind of funny. Not really. It's stupid. Everything here is stupid. Anyway, remember the battery pack. I just want to see if you see him. Like, who would put this up here? Why wouldn't you delete it? Oh, okay, he's wearing it now. What do I do here? I don't know what to do with this thing. Put it on. I'm already wearing a mic. I don't need that. It's hard to do that. So I think he has 2 microphones on now. Aren't there? I don't know. So this is just so stupid. Like, wouldn't you delete this? All right, so he's wearing a microphone. I'm no audio expert, but I think that's called a lavalier or something. I don't know. I could probably look it up, but I don't really give a shit. He has a wireless microphone that he's going to use to speak, and there's a battery pack connected to it, and there's this not well-grounded wire connecting the two, apparently, because it fucks up the entire fucking broadcast, and he keeps touching it over and over and over again. So here's the real show. All right, let's start from the beginning. Everything is in loud stereo. The chat is up. Everyone's very excited. And the first thing that you will notice after this really, really bad logo and obnoxious music, there's his trademark earrings and his stupid toothpick and his eyebrow piercings. Does anyone even pierce their eyebrows anymore? Just Scorch. But you'll notice, if you have headphones on, that there's only sound coming out of the right.
Welcome to this episode, another fine episode, because they're all fine episodes of Scorch's PFG TV. Yeah, you know, see, we love it. We're live here at On the Rocks in Chippewa Falls. This place here, of all the places we've been, this place here gets the crowd better. We do drink specials here. They now have food you can serve. You can tell people in the bar. I just want you to get a sense for hell up. So.
Yeah,
but that's okay. That's part of getting drunk at a bar.
Do you hear that voice? Do you hear another person speaking? Yes, you're not hallucinating. There is a co-host, but Scorch doesn't need to introduce her. That's not really important. Scorch knows what to do. He's in charge, okay?
But anyway, welcome to another fine program. Today is a special program.
Good camera work, too.
You know why?
Why?
Because today, Mike Snow, come on out here for a second, for our opening shot. So give it up for Mike Snow.
Yay, Mike.
Oh, good.
Yay, Mikey.
Let me tell you guys.
Do you hear that woman's voice?
About...
Oh. Oh, and I did not do anything. The audio cuts out here. This is what you come to expect. Let's just, for a second, let's analyze this. So this is Scorch. This is his co-host, Holly, and he didn't bother to introduce her, say hello, say anything at all. She's his annoying... I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do working with Scorch, but she really adds nothing. They have no chemistry at all. He doesn't talk to her. I don't know why she's there. It's like in the old radio days when they wanted a female, input to these things, they would like force these guys to get a female co-host, and Opie and Anthony would famously call that the hole. So Scorch has like a self-imposed hole or something. Like if he doesn't want to work with her, don't have her on the fucking show, right? Am I crazy? And then, I don't know, some nerd comes out here and there's like, here's the first ad of the show. The entirety of Scorch's shows is nothing but advertising. Cheap, it's plugs, it's bullshit. I'm gonna skip through some of this. I promise not to just
He
watch
yelled
the
at
whole
me.
hour and a half.
He said I am no longer allowed to like wipe him off after he showers at the house and stuff like that.
You know.
So it was
I
just
think
kind
this
of
is a
big
bar.
cluster F, you know what I mean?
was.
And all I wanted to do was give you this and say, Mike, I just want you on the set.
This could
because
literally be
today
someone's
is Mike
garage.
Snow's birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday.
You can hear like 4 people
So
in the
the opening
background.
shot, thanks to First Strike Paintball Games in Chippewa,
He always
goes to Mike
Oh, it's a
Snow. Happy birthday,
paintball
man.
shop or something?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh,
yeah, I
that
know.
ain't
He's an
Oh,
eager
no. I
beaver
guess this
all the
guy
time.
works
Girly
for-
shot. Holy
He
smokes.
owns a paintball shop,
what did
or
they
he
give us?
works
I think
there.
that's why he forgot what's happening. He took a drink
Some
and he was
sort
like,
of what they call that, like
Salted nut
Salted
a salted nut
So
roll.
Scorch has
Salted
not
nut roll.
introduced.
Right off the get-go, I want to
what's her
talk to the
name?
chat
Yeah.
room. You gonna head out?
Yep.
Okay.
Right, beat it.
Give it
Did
up,
you see
Mike.
that little? That was great. They do a shot. Scorch has
Thanks
not
to
let him say
First
one word.
Strike Paintball Games in Chippewa.
he always goes,
It's a
Goes,
plug.
to Mike Snow. Happy birthday, man.
happy
Thank you.
birthday. Happy birthday.
No, Mike.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that
know.
ain't a-
He's an eager
can't hear him
beaver all
anyway.
the
That ain't a
time.
girly shot. Holy smokes. What did they give us?
I
Some
think
sort
that's
of,
why he forgot what's happening. He took a drink
some
and he was
sort
like,
of what they call that? Like
Salted nut
roll?
a salted nut roll. Yeah, there
Salted
you
nut
go.
roll.
Right off the get-go, I want to talk to the chat room. You gonna head out?
Yep.
Okay.
That was a not so subtle way of saying, "Hit the fucking bricks, Baldy." Scorch is about to take over.
Give it up, Mike
So
Snow,
for
ladies
some
and
reason,
gentlemen.
Scorch, he never looks at the chat. I've watched a couple of episodes of this train wreck. This is the best one so far. He never looks at the chat, at least, well, I mean, I don't watch them all, but from the ones I saw, he never even paid attention to it. This one, he's obsessed with the chat. And he's looking on his phone at what everyone's saying.
I like it
Not a
when
good
Mike comes
idea.
on.
Did you hear what he said? Mike says I'm going back to my hole. Good for you, Mike
Yeah,
Snow.
good one.
Is Lord Dougman W. Godspeed still part of the program? Not unless I say, hey, it's Lord W. Douglas W. Godspeed, Scorch PFG TV. Welcome to the show. Does anybody?
That's an example of Scorch's amazing talent.
I mean, I really talk like this. Does anybody really talk like that?
People ask me all the time if that's your
Have
real
you
voice.
missed the color?
He steps all over. He's not even listening to her. Why is she there? Oh, and did you hear that crackling sound? Get ready for a lot of that. That's Scorch moving the battery pack, which is fucking up the connection to the microphone.
Anybody really talk like that?
People ask me all the time if that's your
Have you
real voice.
missed the color of Well, you know it's my real voice.
I know it is, but I have to tell people
Looking
it is.
extra crispy today, Scorch.
Still has not introduced her.
Uh-oh,
It's been
Scorch.
nice
Happy
out.
birthday, Mike.
She's trying.
Scorch never shuts up. Does Scorch have a virus that gives anyone in the surroundings trashy tattoos?
Oh my lord,
Pretty
that's
good.
good.
Yes,
Redundant.
That's amazing.
That's
Does
pretty good.
Holly like to cuddle, asking for a friend?
I do. I'm a huge, yeah.
That's the first time he said her name. She's still not on camera. He hasn't said who she is. Are we supposed to just assume? Like everyone knows her already, right? I mean, this shit has 400 views.
All the things.
And I will give you one more. Oh,
It's gonna get a
Arthur
lot
says,
more.
love the ink, Mike.
I guess it's trashy.
And Buster said something about the
Don't
toothpick
listen
is
to
back. Buster, the toothpick has never left. I can't imagine life without a toothpick. But anyway, so we're going to hit the chat room a lot. We love you guys. The scorchonline.com. If
Okay.
you miss any of the show, you can always check it out afterwards. But the YouTube channel, you guys on the YouTube channel live.
So
As it
boring.
happens, you can tell we're reading this. There's like a 20-second delay, okay? So we're reading it basically as it happens. You know we are live.
Yeah, we
So,
know how this fucking
tell your
live
friends,
chat works.
Share the links with your friends, and we'd love to have more of you as we continue to dominate. I'm not one of these people that throw shit into other people's faces, but after so many years, it's nice to see. We just call them now the pests. I
Okay,
wouldn't-
what he's talking about here is that the Opie and Anthony fans were called pests. And they used to break his fucking balls all the time. They still do. It's still, everybody who's in this chat is a fucking pest. Nobody's watching this because they like Scorch. I mean, it's preposterous. Yeah, he said WEAF. I think that's where they work together in Boston. I could be wrong. I don't know. So he's all about New Hampshire. I think he's in New Hampshire now still. That was his whole hometown, you know, or whatever, his base of operations. Just looking at the chat. So the pests are the Opie and Anthony fans, ravenous bunch. That's still like they tore Opie and Anthony apart, but they always tear this guy apart. So he's talking about how he's gonna own them this time.
Mention the initials. We'll just call them the pests.
O and A are the
It's
initials.
nice to see that they're respecting the fact, even if it's in their own dickish way, they're respecting the fact that, I hate to say it like this, but in that battle, I won. Dude, I mean, I won.
You're the winner.
And as
I don't. What is he talking about? He won because he's on a YouTube now. He failed on every level. He never accomplished anything. He claimed to be a professional wrestler, and he broke his knee right before he was going to break big or something, or he was a manager or something. He's a compulsive liar. Then he went to radio and got fired, and Opie and Anthony shot right past him and went to the #1 market in New York, and Scorch vanished, and then Scorch started paying money to do a public access TV show and pretend that it was a real show. I think that catches us up. So I guess he won.
far as Sammy goes, Sam, people every single day say, "Oh, why don't you get Sam on this show?" It wouldn't be a very good show because, although it might end up being good, because I would probably end up in jail.
I was going to say it might be all right.
I would just
Holly
want
has
Sam
not
just
been
once,
on
and I'm gonna give
camera.
this open
Oh.
challenge if I can. Okay.
Ooh.
She gets to talk.
Seriously, bro.
So Sam Roberts is who we're talking about. Sam was the intern for Scorch. You guys all know this, I'm sure, but anybody who for some reason is watching this and doesn't know who Scorch is, Sam was the intern for Opie and Anthony. His internship ended, and their old buddy Scorch was still working in Syracuse, I believe. So they asked if he could take Sam on as a producer, I think, and Sam went with it with Scorch. So he was like his protege. And then after that, Sam would just take all the old clips of PFG TV and bring him to the show, and they would mercilessly bust his balls. It was really great radio. Colin Quinn was on a bunch of times and would really enjoy a good Scorch trashing.
Let's put this to rest. I challenge you, and if you guys watch, I know you guys pipe into his show all the time. Mm-hmm. And Sam, I know you're doing stuff with the WWE, so I will WWE this. I challenge you right now to come on this show.
This is so stupid.
I will pay for your airfare to come on this show, and I want you to tell me face to face. I want you to say to me the things you said on the air over the years about all the different things that have never truly happened. Because I'll tell you something, little man.
This
you know
is
what?
dumb.
If you got to make up stories to go over with your fans, so be it. See, I don't lie about anything. You either like me or you hate me. But I'm not making up stories. The shit I've heard you say over the years, little guy, you know what? You need to be shut up by me. I need you to say
Nobody knows what he's talking about. Sam doesn't care about Scorch. Nobody does. Basically, the gist of Scorch's show is he takes a bunch of local businesses in New Hampshire, probably without even their consent or knowledge, and puts up their logos and shouts them out and says how great they are, and pretends that it's like a paid sponsor to his program. And I really would find that hard to believe that any business of any repute would actually sponsor Scorch's PFG TV. So that's the gist. So the entire show is just him plugging local businesses on an international stage on YouTube. Like, does that make any sense? So like one of the sponsors later on is a flooring company. If you lived in California, would you hire a New Hampshire flooring company? They'd fly in the parts or something. Like, what is the... Scorch is an idiot.
My face to face, just like this. And then you know what? If you come on and do that, I will shut up and I will give you kudos and say you won the game. I didn't win the game. So there you go.
Wow.
I don't know what he's talking about.
And have a pleasant day.
My
Seriously,
heart
man,
is racing
I
right
finally
now.
wanted to address that issue. Yep, I finally wanted to address
Still
that
has
issue because
not
it's a
even
fact.
looked at her.
Some of the things
I don't know
I've heard
why
him
he
say
has her
over
on the show.
years, and I've listened to
He
some of the
hates
things
her,
that they've
clearly.
said. You know, for instance, when they said that I wouldn't hire Scorch if I were a female employer because I know he's raped people before. How the hell did you ever say that? I know that, and that was.
I I don't know why you'd bring that up. I don't remember anyone saying that. I've seen quite a few Scorch videos in my day. I've watched a lot of Opie and Anthony content. Listened to it when it was on the air. I don't remember Sam or anyone accusing Scorch of raping somebody. This is something.
It wasn't him, that was them.
rough.
But him now. I know he said stuff like, I wish I could remember the whole story. I went to an
Not
Italian
cool.
restaurant with him, and something about tipping the waitress, or I went in and said, don't you know who I am? I'm Scorch. You know what? You
This
guys
is
have
so
no
old. This is shit from so long. He still won't let it go.
Not me.
I almost want to just
Don't
skip.
make up
But
shit just to
every
get over
time
your
this
fans
hand
for
drops
whatever reason, they
down,
believe
Scorch is
everything
hitting
you
the
say.
battery pack
It's nice to see the
and
pests
fucking up the
have started
audio.
to
He
understand,
does it like
you know what?
100 times.
It's not all about what they were saying.
Listen.
We actually have some sort of intelligence on this show. Okay.
We try.
I can't lie about that. No,
There
we
he goes.
don't. Oh, quiet down, Chris.
Oh, maybe it's
Jim
over
Davis,
here right
one of
now.
our regulars, brought his wife into the audience today. Give it
There
up
he
for Chris
goes.
Davis.
Every time this hand goes down here, audio's getting
I saw
fucked
some
up.
things in the news today. Can I go to one again? Thank you. I saw some
Oh
things in the
God,
news
the
today
director, Scorch.
that really kind of freaked me out. For instance, in Massachusetts, where I'm from, and now, Mike, if my mom still wants me to sell me her house, we can afford to live there. Not that we're a couple, mind you. We're just
Lies.
We're business partners, and that's a whole other issue we're going to get into. Because
Partners.
when we say partners out, it really makes me feel very. It's just skeevy. But Massachusetts,
She's trying, and
minimum wage
he-
for Uber drivers, okay, $37.50 an hour.
I'm moving there.
$37.50 an hour. That's an
Dang. This
is another thing
in
Scorch does is,
minimum wage for Uber drivers. Okay, $37.50 an hour.
That's not how Uber works. You don't get paid an hourly rate. There is no hourly wage as an Uber driver. You get paid based on the drive, the distance, the number of stops, the tip. Like, what is he talking about? This is like when someone bullshits you in the newspaper, or not the news, that doesn't exist anymore. Delivery drivers, they'd be like, oh, you can make like $40 an hour. But they're just factoring in tips, pretending there's like 100 deliveries in one day, and you're going to be going house to house to house. What they're not talking about the days when nobody orders anything, or you get like 5 bad customers who don't tip. He's a
I'm moving
sucker.
there.
$37.50 an hour. That's amazing.
It's also a lie.
This kind of grosses me out. First of all, there used to be a company called Cheese Nips.
Okay.
They are just like
You're not gonna get racial.
Cheez-Its,
Yep.
except they were 100% better. Cheez-Its now has Hidden Valley Ranch Cheez-Its. As Mike would say when I talk about vegetables, that's
So, just real quick, has he even introduced, not only has he not introduced her, he hasn't said what the show is. He hasn't talked about what they're going to discuss. He's literally flopped down on this shit leather couch, pulled up his fucking cheap Surface tablet, and now he has like a bunch of that's his whole thing, is like bad like limericks or silly words or wacky. He used to have this thing called Weird News, where he would just find this, he'd make up some fake news story about, it was always about drugs or some sexual thing, and he'd be like, oh, this neighbor went into the backyard and there was the SWAT team was there, and this was just like not totally fake. That's his whole thing. And then there's like a bad punchline at the end, but I don't even think he has the bad punchlines anymore, and he's just sort of I don't know, it's just a series of things.
sounds disgusting to me.
Sounds gross to me. Ugh.
Something sad now. 1,000 more than last year. 45,000 species of animals are now on the endangered list, you know?
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all.
And that's nothing. Those are just some of the stories going on. These are some effed up facts brought to you by Common Collected Cannabis Company of Chippewa Falls, the official cannabis company in Chippewa Falls of Scorch PFG.
You hear him fucking up the mic?
Common Collected Cannabis Company. I can't wait because that Scorch's PFG
Wisconsin?
TV
Wait, is he in
tattoo expo.
Wisconsin?
Common Collected in Chippewa Falls of Scorch's PFG.
Okay, he's always in Wisconsin
Common
now.
Collective
Sorry, I don't.
Cannabis Company. I can't wait because that's Scorch's PFG TV's Tattoo Expo, which is coming up in September. We're going to talk about that.
Oh, come on.
Common Collective.
It's
we're
not
going to
happen.
As, on the house, we're going to get you as one of the booths setting up because I want you to spread your gospel because I love you guys.
We love you
This is
guys.
gonna go on
Collective,
forever.
Chippewa Falls, thank you.
I just
And
can't
Wicked
pull
Sweet
myself
Bake Shop
away.
in Cadott.
I'll skip ahead at some point.
My Wicked Sweet Bake Shop. When I tell you
So,
coffee breaks. for your
as I
company,
said, this
you
is
wanna
all that the
become
show
friends with
is.
your workers,
It's just an excuse
get
to
them some
start,
sweets
like to
from
press
Wicked Sweet Bake
record
Shop in Cadott. If you
and to have local businesses put their logo on the screen, and then he pretends like they're a sponsor, a
Daddy,
paid
why
sponsor.
eat? That would make me happier, right?
Yeah, Mike. Actually,
Maybe?
Mike, we
He
had
has
some
not
issues
even
today, like I
looked
said.
at her,
Mike
let alone
made Holly
addressed her,
cry.
said hello,
Mike actually
introduced
made me tear
her,
up a little bit. I didn't think he would
interacted
ever
with
talk
her
to
in
you like
any
that.
way.
Bully.
But you know, he's not a bully.
It's his birthday.
It's his birthday, so we got.
Well, he responded at least, but he won't even
He
look
He
at
does
her.
care.
No, he definitely cares.
Bugs.
Because I'm going to say it
Oh,
again.
Jesus.
And Mike, I'm not saying it's because of everything we're talking about. But,
Scorch is
and
like
I
a
bring this up couple,
sociopath.
three
He
times
has
a show.
no
and this is a
human
fact.
emotions
And I'm
or.
not going to go off like a Sammy thing. This show truly couldn't get off the ground without Mike
And
Snow.
like I said, he has to be the last person on earth with these eyebrow piercings in. I never see
Yes,
that anymore.
yes, we love
He
you,
won't
Mike.
let it go.
And I mean that sincerely.
Yes.
And what we're talking about before is the fact Mike was freaking out because something wasn't working inside, something wasn't working to the stream, I mean, shit that doesn't work inside doesn't really make a difference.
Right.
Thank you.
Notice how he
Something working
cursed
on
there.
the
That'll
inside that
come
doesn't
up
work
later.
on the inside doesn't make a difference, really. In the grand scheme of things, as long as it goes out on the stream, because that's what this is for.
You
really.
mean like
It's for
sound in the
it's for
left
you guys
ear
on the YouTube
or the
channel
left channel?
and
A lot
beyond.
of work. A lot
Not
of
going
work.
But
out?
we also like the people inside.
It's
to know
mono.
what's
It's in
going on.
one
So-
channel.
So, Mike, within
He's been doing
minutes,
this for
had
years
thing.
now. Well, I mean,
Oh,
he's
shit, I don't know what-
broadcast. That's another important thing. That's a nice Paul. I wish I could zoom in. There, it's like he's been working in the quote unquote entertainment industry for years, for decades, and it's like everything he does is as if somebody just showed up for the first time, put their phone on a tripod and hit record. It's like everything is bad. It's never improved in all these years. And he's never improved as a host. He's not funny. He has zero charm. It's like amazing. It's like, I mean, Rupert Pupkin from The King of Comedy is the example of the delusional show business guy, but like, Scorch is amazing. He's at least Rupert Pupkin could do the routine. He wasn't funny, but he was capable of performing. He wanted to do it. I don't know why he does this.
We'll never make it at 7 o'clock. We made it at 7 o'clock.
He did it.
Well, we'll never do that.
And
everything
why is
he
she
was having
there?
troubles with, he ended up doing long. We still had a 10-minute break before we had to go on. So, Mike Snow, happy birthday, Mike. We love you. And you know what, brother, man? Joking aside, I owe you my life because of what you helped me out with this show. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike.
Coming up in just a little bit, we've got the top grossing concerts of us. Thank you. I got it. Don't yell at me. I know. The thing is, Mike
He's
said, "You want me to
teasing.
yell at you?" I said, "Yes." Top grossing concerts of all time coming up in just a little
There he
bit.
goes.
Also, his name is Marshall Loether. He's a comedian. He's clapping for himself. That's good. Give it up for Marshall Loether. He's a comedian.
Okay, Marshall Loether is the comedian, and that's when the show really gets started. It's at the hour and 8-minute mark, though. I just love. I mean, I could watch all of this, but I don't know. There's a live band. Yeah, this is just. He has filler, and we'll see.
And he's going to come up here in a little bit. He's going to tell us about the show that he's promoting here at On the Rocks in a little bit. We're going to talk about some of the family members. We have a lot of things going on. But first up right now, I guess this would be second up right now, thanks to Mad Computer Services, LLC, in lovely Eau Claire. Mike
Here we go
Decker,
again.
We love you.
More
we love
ads.
everything you're doing on the show. We love everything you do with your shop. You do stuff for businesses. You do
Can't
stuff
even
for
see that.
individuals. Any computer things you need, you go. You go to Holly. Any computer things you need, you
a
go to
second.
Mike Decker.
Yeah,
Mad
sorry.
Computer-
He just like. I guess his idea of a show is him just endlessly talking, just talking into the mic, into the camera, and that's it. That's the show. And he has somebody sitting next to him for some reason, and he'll just bounce from fake sponsor to fake sponsor.
Services LLC. You know what? Mike is also the proud sponsor of our musical guest tonight. Here's round one. Now the deal with
Musical
this band
guest?
here, when I was on my radio show, which come January, you will hear the whole story.
The story.
When I was on my radio show,
Oh man,
we broke,
did you see that? She spoke.
we'll hear the whole story.
He didn't like that.
The story.
Oh. Yeah, he doesn't want her to talk.
When I was on my radio show, we broke this band. They did an interview with us. The first show they played live.
Okay, so that
they
was
actually
like
did
at least
live
20
in the
years
studio
ago,
on my
if
radio
that's
show.
true.
That's awesome.
And then we saw them at Monster Hall Music
Yes.
Fest, which, by the way, Joel, thank you.
Thank
Hicks
you,
and
Joel.
Picks. Is that right? Hicks and Picks? Hicks and Picks we're going to be a part of as well. We'll talk about that soon. This band is great. They're from Orlando, Florida area. I love them. These are modern mimes of Scorch's PFG TV.
Yeah.
All right, so this is his musical guest. Did you notice that this isn't in studio right now? He's just watching like somebody's YouTube video. The same way that I could just pull up Pantera or something right now and hit play and be like, "Oh, Pantera's performing on my show." I'm not even gonna watch this. Anyway, whoa, Shoal Himikadigadin. Oh, they fucked up. That's surprising. All right, so there's a whole. Then he just throws this in to fill time, and I won't even get into that. Yeah.
Modern mimes of Scorch's PFG TV live.
Look at the hand.
Monster Hall
Hit-
Music
yep.
Fest, thanks to Matt Computer Services.
See that?
LLC. My God, they were such a good band, and they're so,
Scorch.
so fun to hang out with. You know?
They
You're
were.
fucking up the microphone.
Oh, you know what? No, it's not. I don't think so.
There you go.
Okay, it might have been off. So
He's
there you
only
go.
done
Let's see
this
what the
for
chat room has to say
30
about that.
years.
So what? So let's see here. Does Scorch have a job? This is from Waddle Chalk. Where am I? Number 2. Does Scorch have a job? I thought he just smoked pot and contributed nothing. You know what?
Yeah, and you thought right. I gotta find that. That's in here. Does Scorch have a job? I thought he just smoked pot and contributed nothing. So he gets very upset at this guy later on. Snow Way! So this is like, it's all Opie and Anthony references. It's Holly from Trailer Park Boys. She plays the cross-dresser. I don't remember that. She does look a little like Bubbles, I guess, if she had the big glasses on.
Bingo. You know, well, I contribute a little bit. And if you know where I can
By
get
the way, he is unemployed.
any, by the way,
Yeah.
you let me know, because we will make road trips. Okay. If Mike keeps
Back to me.
hurting Holly's feelings, I may have to get violent. Is Holly from Trailer Park Boys? She played the cross-dresser.
I did. Mind your business.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Scorch
Okay.
was out late one night taking photos. Let me see here. Was this stint live?
I think that was a Anthony Cumia reference. Scorch was out late taking photos. he just read it. That was it. Scorch was out late one night taking photos, and that's his idea of the chat, checking the chat. Why would you read that? I mean, we know, as an Opie and Anthony fan, you know that's a reference to Anthony, the night that he lost his job when he was out taking pictures. He was just looking at some scaffolding from Waddle Chalk, which is the lie he said when he was taking photos of a black prostitute.
Where was that other one? Somebody else said something about, "Wow, I can't believe I'm watching this live and I missed half of it." So I was wanting Scorch to go on stage, but he's the cameraman. Sure, you know what? We don't mind admitting that. See, let me address something like that. And I don't know, once again, after the deal with Puds, I'm not going to go off on just this comment, because Puds, once again, I still feel like a dickhead over that whole thing.
What is he talking about?
So if this is a bitch, okay, and I know by this name that some of you guys, like some of these people, are getting to know bitch for the sake of bitching. If you're saying these guys suck, they're amateur, they're ranked because we do our own camera work, you know what? We get a show on the air every week doing our own camera work.
Yeah.
You know what? We are, like Mike said, and we're proud of this fact. We look at this show. Is this show a perfect television show? Not even by any stretch.
This is so
let's
boring.
face facts. I am. But my crew around me, Mike is getting there, and then comes Holly. Well, then comes Raiden, and then the
Raiden?
empty shot glasses.
The Mortal
and then
Kombat
comes
guy?
Holly Ho. Give it up for Holly Ho.
That was lame. Oh wow,
they
that's
love me.
important. Let's check that out.
I am. But my crew around me,
Here's the crew.
Mike is getting there.
Mike.
And then comes Holly. Well, then comes Raiden, and then the empty shot glasses.
Yeah.
And then comes Holly Ho. Give it up for Holly Ho.
Oh, he's just breaking her balls.
See, they love me.
Scorch is a one-man production crew.
He has not made eye
one other
contact
comment,
with her the
one
entire
other
time.
comment I got to make reference to because I mentioned it just before the show.
She's trying. She's
and
like
I think
playing
it's hilarious.
along.
I got to make reference to the comment of "looky, Miss Cookie,"
Yes.
which you guys have not stopped giving me.
This
shit
is so
about.
dumb. This is just something that Sam said he would say when the phone's lit up. It's just, who cares? Scorch can't let
This
it go.
is a show that you went to.
That I went to, actually we were talking about this earlier when I saw Jimmy Page Robert Plant tour in '98 up
Yeah,
in
this
the
is the
cities.
great trivia about what show
Yeah, that was
has the
pretty
most
sick. And
largest
I hate Dave
audience.
Matthews, trust me. And let's
So it's like
was the drummer
pointless.
for the band Boston. I went to his, well, he's passed away now, but I went to his house, and he had a Boston room, and it had 152,000 people that they played in front of at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas.
Wow.
And I get goosebumps
Yeah,
because
just-
I love I
cares?
just as well as people that love me, because Frank.
God.
She's done some great
I
things.
should
I'm
have
just sick of
timestamped
hearing
this.
about her and her dumb boyfriend and all these
But you know what?
things,
We're not
and-
really hearing about them much anymore. Their football season's over, you know.
I suppose, but I still hear about it. I see.
So far for that tour. Elton John's farewell Yellow Brick.
So
For the Lady in the Tramp pasta eating, and the second thing, and this may even be more important. I just decided this the other day. Thanks, Mike. I just decided this the other day that I am going to do this.
she don't
again.
need to be in the chat.
This will be number 13. All you yellow paint bullshitters, get ready, because I know I'm
All
seeing
right, so he's
crap.
doing Pause for the Cause, which is the thing when he was inside of a dog cage and an Opie and Anthony fan threw yellow paint all over him. He's doing it again. Basically, he's always promoting something, and it's just all about him, and nobody cares. I'm just going to skip ahead. I can't take this anymore. But I want you to notice that there was another logo. Let's just see meat. Local business. Probably didn't even authorize him to do this. He just throws it up there, and then they're a quote-unquote sponsor now, okay?
Went in there the other day to talk to them about some things.
So all he's
My
doing is
God.
talking about that a concert that had the most people, some other bullshit he's doing, and just endless plugs for local businesses. How are you supposed to take advantage of a meat company, a butcher shop in Wisconsin if you live on the East Coast? What does this mean to somebody viewing the show in Japan? What is the point of this? Does he know that this serves no purpose? The answer is no.
And the meat, I got some meat
meat.
for our winner of wit.
God damn,
Get
Scorch.
custom-made meat sticks.
Oh, perfect.
The things that J&E Meats can do for you, can do with your meat, are outstanding. If you've been in there, you can vouch.
Here we go again.
They've
He loves
got
pot,
the
too.
THCA flour. They've got everything you
It's so boring.
every other day of the week. Breakfast, go in and say, I want the Scorch breakfast. They know it's 6
Jesus.
sourdough breakfast.
We love you.
They have
So all
desserts. They have,
he's
like,
doing
homemade
is plugging
desserts,
local
everything they make.
businesses the
They
entire
have-
show.
I saw they had pies.
Okay?
They had some
Keep
sort
that
of
in mind.
cookie-
Steve's
No, pie cake things. You support
Pie
as well.
cake
I'll give you-
thing.
Pie cake was
All right,
things
this-
I forgot how.
this is
what
funny.
Oreo cookies, something they had last week, and those things I forgot how. What were those things called, Mike? Those cake pie things. Those pie cake things.
Pasties?
No, pie cake things. What were they called? Pie
Pie
cake things.
cake
Anybody?
things?
Anybody? What's that?
Grapes?
Not
Grapes?
crepes. No. Have another drink. We're gonna.
Yeah, stupid. But yeah, I was so wrong. This guy is struggling to say pastry or whatever, and somebody tries to bail him out, and he fucking shits on him.
Well, you know what
That's
we're
Scorch.
talking about. Chickadees,
Zero
we love you.
fucking
Thank you
charisma.
for the show, and thank you for
Not
all your
funny.
support as well. Now,
Hateable.
let's check out all the family members we have, and I am
This is
very
foreshadowing.
grateful and thankful to say, Holly and I went to a meeting yesterday, and if things go well, and I think, I don't want to put the kibosh on it, but I think things are going to go well.
There's another thing you need to know about Scorch is that he's always lying about how things are just on the cusp. Something big is going to happen. He was going to be on TV in London. He said he was being broadcast to like 20 million homes across the world. He said he was going to be on Sirius XM. He's a compulsive liar.
Starting very soon, it's going to be Scorch's PFG TV presented by, because I think we've got a big one
Begin.
coming up real soon. Yeah, you can applaud for that because you know what?
Please.
Because
Please
we
clap.
certainly will, because we're very thankful for that. But let's check out the family members.
Insert
we have.
Jeb Bush,
I'm gonna go
please
cut my
clap
mustache
clip.
here so I don't keep
Here.
touching my nose.
Yeah, quit ripping your
and
hair
we're going to
out.
come back and we have a lot more of Scorch's PFG TV. Thank you guys
Now
for
he needs to
being
take
here.
a break. I think there was a break earlier too. So this is a quote-unquote commercial break, okay? Family members. All right, furniture store. Weight body loss clinic. Chickadees is the place he was talking about. Calm and collected. It's all the same shit he was already talking about. Same things. I wonder if any of them know that they're even featured here. Family member is, I guess, the term for his legion of fools. They used to be the PFG disciples, I think. Oh, there's an email address. Interesting.
I thought I went live yet. Crap. Hey, welcome back to Scorch's PFG
So
TV.
funny. When you see that, oh, he didn't know we were back.
I thought I went live yet. Crap. Hey, welcome back to Scorch's PFG
Isn't that
TV.
funny?
I'm going to go to the chat room quick, yeah.
Oh.
Wait a sec. Let me do this first. Become a family member. Seriously, we've got some openings. Not many, but we've got a couple of openings left. We would love to have you be part of this show. The show is growing so much. When I get into some of the things we've been doing, some of the festivals we've been invited to,
This is gonna get
now's
good.
the time for you to jump on. So email Scorch or Holly at scorchonline.com.
Really should use
Coming up soon, there's going to
timestamps.
be
I
a
have to
couple other
edit this.
people that you're going to be able to email.
This is so boring.
We'll get into them next week. And so we've got an actual, perhaps a staff of people helping to build this show because, you know,
Oh, God.
this show is going to go as far as we can take
Right.
it. And we thank you
Wait
guys
for him
as
to
well. So
touch
give it
the
up for everybody,
battery
please.
pack again.
Thank you all. And you guys.
Let me see. I don't know. Waddle Chalk. These are the comments that make me look at the chat room and say, Waddle Chalk. Mike, can I go back to my camera quick?
Go back to one.
Thank you.
Oh, I love it when he does this.
Waddle Chalk.
Why did he
What a
take her off?
douchebag thing to say. I'm not going to mention what you said.
No, wait, what did he object to? But from Waddle Chalk. Let's go back. Shilka. Mike might rival Marion for best comebacks. That's an Opie and Anthony reference. Marion from Marion and Diana. Shilka. Yeah, Holly took her top off. I'm just not seeing the... Scorch is getting a black man on the show. Is that something Scorch does now? Ramble endlessly about how many potatoes they serve. Okay, so there is a reference to the potato thing, and that comes up later too. Apparently he did that. I think it's that stupid restaurant he's talking about. I just don't understand what... Devil... I don't know. What is he so offended by?
But that's just like, what a stupid thing to say. Okay?
What, the
It had nothing to do
20,000
with
20
me
million?
me even, but it's just stupid shit like that.
Oh, about
That's
Holly?
when we don't want to include the chat room anymore. We're almost thinking about banning people that say stupid stuff.
Oh, no.
Okay?
We can do that.
And you know what? By the way, if I do, so what? Oh, more shots.
And I don't know.
Oh, that's my...
Excuse me? What was that? Did you hear him lay down the law?
banning people that say stupid stuff. Okay?
We can do that.
And you know what? By the way, if I do, so what? Oh, more.
What was he expecting there? What was that? If I do ban people, so what?
shots.
And I don't know.
Oh, that's Marshall buying a shot. Mike, the birthday boy, all I hear is, oh my gosh. So you know it's going to be a good night tonight.
Mike knew what you were getting. You knew you were getting into. It's your birthday on the show night. Come on. You're in trouble tonight, Mike.
hell?
Devil wants nothing to do with Scorch. Okay. Oh, look at that. There's 20 of us tuning in live at once. I can't believe we have 20 of us live. It's actually more than that, but I can't believe 20
Not
of us
much.
tune in every week to watch this show. You know what, though? You're saying it, but you're doing
I
it.
remember
What does
it
that
says.
tell
Yeah, but here you are.
you know? Yeah, Waddle Chalk. Redundant says Waddle Chalk is on thin ice.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, Waddle Chalk. I'll tell you what. Then we'll continue with the show. Bring on the
Scorch
shots.
didn't like me talking about
Waddle
his potato
Oh,
talk.
my Lanta. I'm not.
Why don't you? Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
He's
you
gonna
guys.
give him
We'll
the
stop
business.
there.
Here it comes.
For real.
If we need this fucking show to continue, then
All right, that guy just said
Waddle
fuck.
Chalk. Jump into a car with Sammy. You both come in here. I will take the two of you on, and we will talk about this face to face. But until then, we'll just leave it be. You can be a
Wait, so because this guy Waddle Chalk, who was an Opie and Anthony fan, made fun of Scorch for bringing up potatoes, there's something to do with like one of his sponsors. I saw this later. There's like a reference to this later. So him mentioning the potato thing is driving Scorch to want to murder him and Sam Roberts.
You can be a what do you call those? A keyboard cowboy,
Ooh,
and you
I
can
wanna
do what you got to
wrestle.
do.
Let's do it.
Anyway, you know what? We love the
Keyboard
chat room.
cowboy.
No, seriously,
We
keep
do.
them coming
Wrestle?
Yes, keep 'em
because you
coming.
guys are making a show. We love you guys. Now let's do this. Now I'm going to ask you guys a question, and forget about the comments about the bullshit comments. Answer this question if you could, and
He's
answer it
losing it.
legit. Otherwise, it's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
What is your favorite unhealthy snack?
Ugh.
Okay.
This is like the most hack morning radio bullshit. Now they talk about Doritos for 20 minutes. I don't want to see this.
And I used to love these things till you realize when you eat them. I'm going to remove the toothpick for this. You're like, yep.
It's not real milk chocolate or
You got a
whatever.
fly on my head.
I know
There's
the
a
little
There's
Star
a fly
Crunch.
on
Star
it?
Crunch. Yes. Oh, buzzing around us. Apparently. Blech.
Yep.
yeah.
It's not real milk chocolate or
You got a
whatever.
fly on my head.
There's
I know,
literally
like,
a fly on its head.
Waxy.
Fruit snacks.
What? But another question. I'm going to get into some of these unhealthy snacks, but let's continue with this one. What snacks?
Look at the microphone fall.
What snacks
you're off.
can you? We're off.
You're off.
Oh, again, for Christ's sakes.
The microphone came right off.
String cheese sticks.
String cheese, I do
I
have
think
a lot
you
of
can
that
do those
always.
as a standalone snack.
Fruit snacks.
What?
Look at his.
Another question. I'm going to get into some of these unhealthy snacks, but let's continue with this one. What snacks? What snacks
You're off.
can you? We're
He
off.
doesn't feel
You're
that?
off.
Oh, again, for Christ's sakes. Is this okay? Am I on? I know. I'm trying
Slap
to.
it.
Am I working?
The
out?
microphone.
Sorry, folks.
Oh no,
Mic
it's
is off.
it
I see what's happening.
fell.
Okay.
There we go.
Thank you. Okay, you guys. Thanks. Oh, excuse me.
Marshall.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Marshall.
Marshall.
How come she doesn't
that's
have
what
a
happens. We don't have
microphone?
a-
She has no microphone. She sounds crystal clear. She isn't constantly shorting out the circuit like he is every 2 seconds. How did she do it? And he's this incompetent boob with dirty boots.
Floor director, because we can't afford
See,
it.
now Marshall's gonna be our floor director.
Marshall's going to be our floor director. He can't even do. He can't even. He can't even do comedy. What do you mean he's going to be our floor director?
Jesus Christ, this is
No,
so.
Mike has
Look at him, he
these
can't do
Give me a
it.
new GD mic. That's all. Okay. Anyway, what snack could you not stop at like just a little
Who
bit?
cares?
That's my problem with potato chips.
Yep.
Is that I want to eat them and eat them even if I'm not hungry for them.
Do you have
I
a
will- I
favorite
will-
one?
This
a
is
favorite
weird.
potato chip?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
one that.
Even if I'm not hungry for them.
Check this out.
Do you have
I
a
will- I
favorite
will-
one?
A favorite potato chip?
Yeah, like one that you just
I-
like.
What's that?
Oh,
Donkey
gross.
meat.
He's
That's
talking
we're going to
about
talk
the
about that.
weird ones.
My favorite potato chips are the ones that are folded over. You know, like no, not the way they're
The
cooked.
ripple
No,
ones?
they're folded over. So like the potatoes themselves, the chips themselves, are like folded. Yeah, they're deformed, so they look like they're folded over. I like.
What the fuck is he talking about? Folded over potato chips? Does anyone know what he means? I have no idea what he's talking about. Folded over. I mean, like Pringles are folded, but they're not folded over. Isn't every potato chip folded over if that's the way it happened to dry out?
That. I also like the dark chips.
I like
You know
the
what I
green
mean?
ones.
Yeah, I do. I like the dark
Potato chips?
I like the barbecue brands. I do like most barbecue chips.
That's the one chip I won't eat is barbecue chips.
I don't do ranch though. I don't do ranch.
I don't like
anything,
ranch
you know?
either, unless it's a Dorito. Only
Fascinating.
Doritos, and
This
that's
isn't
it.
this great?
It's sad Holly never met Sibby. He never got to pass the torch in person. Hey, you know what? Can I stop this for a second? Speaking of
Yes,
Sibby?
please.
Okay, I want to mention something for this show, and I'm gonna bring it up again because the
right.
first show really
This is
sucked.
just awful.
The audio in the first show
All right.
was horrible. Okay, the
audio.
first show was a truly a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
I wanted to dedicate
That's for sure.
a lot of this show to two people that had so much to do with this show. And now I would like to do this again if I can. I want to dedicate this show. It's- okay, hang on. I'm back again.
touching that
I'm
thing.
back.
He's supposed this is
I
like this
wanna
big
dedicate-
emotional speech, and he's fucking up the microphone again.
A lot of this show, we're going to switch mics with Holly during the break. I want to dedicate these next shows, especially now that we're actually looking great, thanks to Mike Snow behind the scenes. Happy birthday, Mike Snow.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday.
I'm running out of steam
to
here.
you.
Mr. President. Mr. President.
Like Lonnie Anderson on WKRP? Okay.
Oh god.
Happy birthday to you.
All right, I gotta go ahead here. I can't take this
Because
anymore.
you're truly one of the
So
one of
more
the,
ads.
most
See, somebody-
well-spoken- We don't even call you a guest because you're a family member.
Absolutely.
And when we have you as the featured family
Somebody,
member talking computers, you know your shit.
Attack Scorch
Yeah, you do.
for just
we
doing
love
nothing but
everything you have
ads.
at your shop. I went in
And
there
he
and
like
looked the other
actually
day.
is like, no, that's not true. I gotta find that.
Show and flower show together because guys would be looking at flowers and
The
guns.
Guns
just
N'
like
Roses
women would be
show.
looking at flowers and guns. So the Guns
This is a
N' Roses
sloppy mess,
Festival
I know,
is
but-
coming up to the Brick House Pub as well. For Christ's sakes, give me a new CD, Mike.
Stop touching it. You're supposed to put the battery
Can
pack
you guys hear
somewhere,
me?
like in your
Okay,
pocket.
so we're back. Thank you. So
He's a fan.
It's supposed to be
I'm always
on your
touching
person.
myself. Don't you understand that? Yeah, we need it or not, but we're going to take another shot. We're going to cheer to Mike's birthday.
Good one, Scorch.
We love him because he cheers for himself. We like this one, which is quickly becoming the most watched episode tonight on our YouTube channel. And,
Yeah,
and we still have
400
more from
views.
Modern Mod. Pub Crawl, thank you.
All right,
Holly,
this
sit-
is when the
sit here
fun
for now.
begins.
Marshall, you can sit
So
on that side.
Scorch is going to bring on the comedian.
Thank you.
This is when the magic happens.
You're good, honey.
All right, all
Don't
right.
worry about it. Here's for you.
Scorch has always said children are the future. Scorch has said that children are the future. I love this.
Now they're pretending that they don't know it's a hot
Just in
mic.
case, you never know. Someone yells about it.
What the Scorch? Okay.
You did good.
Oh, sorry. I know what it means, Mike. Mike, for those that ain't watching, mics are hot. Don't say anything.
Coming back to live.
Fuck you, Scorch. You're talking with the mics. And when I said they were hot, you went, oh, sorry. Welcome back to Scorch's PFG TV. I'm Scorch. That's Holly. That's our pal Marshall Loether. Marshall, we're not ready for you yet, though. We got to go. Can I go back to one for a second or two?
So he
Captain,
brings on
Miserable,
a
how many
a
pounds of
guest.
potatoes-
And introduces him by just saying his name real quick, and then immediately cuts him off and says, nope, well, we're not ready for you. Why is he out there? So this is starting off great. You can see he's thrilled to be there.
Goes into a loaf of potato bread. I don't know, Captain Miserable. How many pounds of potatoes does go into a loaf of potato bread?
That's why he cut the comedian, the guest, off, was to talk to the chat about the fake question about potatoes and potato bread.
Why don't you find out?
Mike, do you hate going to Guitar Center to get stuff for this show? I hate that place.
Is there even
Mike,
one here?
Do you hate Guitar Center?
No, Amazon does just.
So
Okay, Amazon.
he brought on his guest, and now he's just asking irrelevant troll questions off camera.
That's what you answered. Amazon does fine. Let me see. Shilk of Flooring. Somebody's looking forward to comedian. You think so? No, I'm just giving you shit, brother.
So there was his another passive aggressive slam on this guy. He brought him out here. He's awkwardly sitting on the side of the couch, and he's just like dumping on him, ignoring him. Like he said, I mean, it's just Scorch is an odd person.
There are a lot of bars in Wisconsin. Hell yeah. A bar Scorch
many.
has tabs at. Yep. Watch out, Scorch. There's a monster on your sofa. I think they're talking about you, brother. I'm not sure, though.
Fuck yeah, I'm a monster. Fuck yeah.
Yep. Oh, there's no cursing on my show, brother.
F
We
yeah.
can curse, man, but what says you can curse? Jesus, bro.
This is more of Scorch's humor at work. Isn't that funny? Isn't that a good one? So he's just ripping this guy apart. And then he opens his mouth and he wants to. Somebody called him a monster. So instead of what was he supposed to do? Just like crawl up and cry? So instead he's like, "Yo, I'll own it. Yeah, I'm a monster. Fuck yeah." And then Scorch shits on him for saying fuck. And these two idiots have been cursing the entire show. The guy off camera was cursing. I mean, obviously that's Scorch's idea of a quote unquote joke, but it ain't funny. I mean, look at this guy. He's had enough.
I'm just looking for some of the good ones here.
There are no
I did
good
the
ones,
potato
Scorch.
bread one. Has the whole show been a sponsor break?
Here we go.
Okay, once again, if I may, Mike, number one, please. Number one, please.
Go into one.
Go into
Okay.
one.
All these things I have to address week after week.
He's on his way.
No. I'm going to do this nice and calm.
Okay, so a comedian, a guest has come out. Imagine if, I don't know, Johnny Carson or whatever Jimmy Fallon or whatever the hell his name is. They bring on, Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart walks out on stage, and then Jimmy Fallon is like, wait, I gotta talk to the chat. What's going on here? And he sits down and just waits, and then he's like making passive aggressive jokes, reading off every negative comment about him. This is great stuff. Oh, and my point was, now Scorch has to try to defend his show from being nothing but commercials. So I'll go back to that.
Number one, please. Number one, some good ones here. I did the potato bread one. Has the whole show been a sponsor break? No, okay, once again, if I may, Mike, number one, please. Number one, please.
Go into one.
Go into
Okay.
one.
All these things I have to address week after week.
He's on his way.
No. I'm going to do this nice and calmly. Understand something, you guys. This show is on one time a week. Understand something again. This show costs us money to produce.
No.
This show costs us money in equipment that we have to get back.
No.
Because I'm unemployed. I don't have money.
That's true.
Our family members paid to have this show on the air.
Okay, so if you have paid members, why are you doing commercials? Scorch.
Okay, that's why they are family members. Is it nothing but a sponsor break? You know what? We do, if you think about it, we do maybe 3 minutes of commercials a show.
Compared.
Okay, so I haven't shown you every second of this as a mercy. I had mercy on you. But you saw how many times there was an icon in the top of the screen, or just him talking endlessly about one of those local businesses that he frequents. That is the show. And he's claiming that's 3 minutes. I think in his drug-addled mush brain, he's the 3 minutes to him is just those 2 times where the screen went black, and all those same businesses slowly moved up while the bad MIDI music played.
To regular television.
3 minutes. That doesn't make a difference. 3 minutes.
But still.
And the show's an hour and 30, an hour and 40 minutes long.
Not
So
this
I don't know what
episode.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
You'll see.
So just because we talk about, excuse me, we may talk about the same sponsors, but you know what? That's because these people believed in us and bought on for a year or a year and a half. So think about that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why you may hear the same 4 sponsors, 5 sponsors, but that's because they believe and want it on for the long haul. So shut the hell up, if you would, about that. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day. Now
Now,
where
he
I?
was supposed to get like thunderous applause after that, where he, read them the business.
Oh, I was going through the chat room. Yes, that's right. Can I have my shot, please?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Scorch needs
This
his
guy
shot
is still
here.
sitting here. He's not looking at her. They're ignoring him. They have, at least they gave him 2 shots.
I'm sorry, sir.
I'm not
I should be
touching
more
that.
respectful.
All right.
No, redundant. Don't be respectful. I wouldn't want that. Cheers, you
Go
guys.
ahead. Yeah, that was okay. Go ahead. I'm
Cheers.
Yes.
Okay, happy birthday, Mike.
If
So-
I do that,
So this guy is the only one who actually wishes the dude a happy birthday. Scorch doesn't clink glasses with him. She doesn't even pick up a shot.
Chat, I'm in trouble, so I'm just gonna wait a little bit, not do that.
Scorch needs national sponsors. This show needs to go worldwide.
Scorch is not listening.
Yeah, brother. Yes, we do.
Please, yes.
Okay, now, let's go to Marshall first, since Marshall's sitting on the couch. Then we'll talk about the most watched TV episodes to date.
Let's go with the oven in the room.
So, Marshall, that's a joke. Let's tell that joke. And Marshall opened the show with that joke once.
I do.
Did you hear that? So this guy finally gets to speak, and he does like his opening joke. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. That's me. And Scorch steps on it, and he says, "That's a joke. That we know it's a joke. I mean, you don't get it, but
Watch TV episodes to date.
Let's go with the oven in the room.
So, Marshall, that's a joke. Let's tell that joke. And Marshall opened his show with that joke once.
he's so this gentleman has cerebral palsy, okay? And Scorch is such a, like I said, an addle-brained, smooth brain idiot that he thinks that he has to like carry this guy, or people aren't going to get it. They can't follow this. His speech is too mumbled to understand. So he's trying. I think he's trying to help him, but he just shits on him relentlessly and steps all over him. He spoke one line for about 2 seconds there.
I do.
So, if we can, before we get into anything, because people, I'm going to explain something to you. And if you walk off the couch, I'll understand.
All right, how do you walk
This
off the
chat room
couch?
we have is going to eat you up. But no, that's cool. So, to explain it, you've got, is it
Okay.
cerebral palsy? Yep.
Okay, so he just said the chat room is going to eat you up. Does he know that this guy, I think his name is Marshall, I keep forgetting, can't see the chat? And the only way that anyone would hear any of the stuff going on over here is if this fuckface reads it out loud, which he's been doing?
This chat room we have is going to eat you up. But no, that's cool. So, to explain it, you've got, is it cerebral palsy? Yep.
So all the people that made fun of me tonight are making fun of a retard.
You can't say that, though.
I'm sorry.
He can say that. We can't.
I can say that 'cause I-
He can say.
All right, so he tries to make a second joke, and Scorch shuts it down completely. What do you mean he can't say that? It's like this guy is trying to do an interview or whatever this is, and Scorch is just making it impossible, completely impossible. And Holly is, I mean, I don't blame her for anything. She's just like there. I don't know what she's supposed to be doing. But like, oh man, Scorch is the worst.
Cerebral palsy, yep.
So all the people that made fun of me tonight are making fun of a retard.
You can't say that, though.
I'm sorry.
He can say that. We can't.
I can say that because I.
He can say that. We can't say that.
No, but well, we'll have to beep that out, Mike, somehow.
Well-
take a time limit on that, just for in case.
Sorry, Mike.
Take a
If you know, it's
time
okay.
limit.
That's okay. So tell us.
So
where you're
okay,
going.
so just for the record, that's 0 for 2, having nothing to do with this guy, but because of this guy, that nothing is
Get the
working.
fuck off our couch. That's
All
right.
right. So I'm Wisco Comedy Collective. I'm doing my second show tomorrow night, and I have my cousin Cody Heck, which is an up-and-coming producer. Sorry, my cerebral palsy. I have a guy that just got headlined with Comedy Cabin. His name is Aaron Clark. I have some special people that's coming.
What was funny about that? Just watch Scorch, okay? You don't even need to watch this guy. He's just trying to explain his schedule. Holly's not listening. Scorch, well, she's pretending at least to listen. Scorch is just back on his phone. So watch Scorch.
I have a guy that just got headlined with Comedy Cabin. His name is Aaron Clark. I have some special people.
What's funny about that?
Close to my heart. So I'll just leave it at that because Mike, if you want a bubble bath, I'll give you one tonight. And if Sam does come, I'll pay him to give you a bubble bath with me.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to.
So he's trying to do a callback to Sam coming over, and he's like, I'll take a bubble bath with Sam or whatever. Like, he's trying to get into the show, and he recognizes that Scorch is not paying attention. He's a terrible host. He has nothing to add. He's looking at his phone. He's not listening to him. He's not going back and forth with him. He's not laughing. He's laughing at something he read in the chat. And he's like, all right, look, I said a couple things. This is just a disaster. I'm leaving. So he puts his microphone down. He's like, all right, I'll just leave now. And he can talk about the best snack food or the potatoes or whatever the fuck he was talking about. But Scorch, instead of just like going with the flow, of course Scorch has to put the brakes on. Wait, no, we're just getting started, pal.
You go anywhere? Shut up.
No,
we ain't done yet, brother. I was only giving you shit, man.
Oh, wow.
She was like, he wants to go, I think.
A bubble bath with me.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to go anywhere. Shut up.
No,
we ain't done yet, brother. I was only giving you shit, man.
Oh, wow. Shit.
See, Holly can tell how uncomfortable this. She can tell that this guy is like, I'm a human being over here, and I'm trying to do you're being a horrible host, and she knows that he's like trying to bail out, but Scorch is oblivious. He's a fucking idiot. Look at that face. And he's like he hasn't had a chance to exploit this guy enough yet. So Holly was like, oh, he's done. He just wanted to say hi. Nope. Scorch wants him to keep playing.
Did you notice?
He's more badass than you, I think. He was ready to freaking throw down. He's like,
when he got
that.
up, I expected this half of the couch to send me through the fucking wall.
Yeah. I'm in the middle.
All right, so now he's insulted him for like the fourth or fifth time. Just this fat joke, which, if we're talking about physics, that doesn't even make sense. I mean, why would he fly through the wall if he gets... This is like a sectional couch, right? You know what I'm saying, folks? And it doesn't really make... Yeah, but, anyway. So when Scorch insults him again, I guess that's when a comedian is on your show, the idea is just to humiliate and insult them.
All of you guys.
So Marshall, let's talk for a few minutes, brother. Joking aside, don't censor. You know that's why this crazy shut up. Why? Okay, you...
Don't censor, even though he said... two things that Scorch said he can't say already, but don't censor.
Okay, I'm not going to censor this. Thank you.
Oh, look at Holly. She's like, oh man, I need this now. Remember how she said she wasn't going to do a shot? That was like 30 seconds ago. Suddenly she needs a shot pretty bad because you can feel it. Something's going wrong here.
Tell us about your comedy career, though. When made you get into comedy?
Well, so like I said, I have cerebral palsy, and I just started doing comedy about a year ago.
Is that something? Is that like a side effect of people with cerebral palsy? Did they all get
comedy?
Did they all get into comedy?
No.
Oh, okay.
A side effect is brain damage, actually.
He answers it like it's legit.
Jesus Christ! So Scorch lets him speak for a full 4 seconds at a time, and then he has to interject with his little, joke. And the guy plays it off, because he's quick. He's like, oh yeah, no, actually the side effect is brain damage, which is funny. And Scorch thinks that he's giving a literal response, like that wasn't a joke on his part. He's trying to go back and forth with you, Scorch, you dumb fuck. He is delusional. Like this is how he's always been. As a fan of Opie and Anthony, hearing those old shows, if you go back and watch them, he has not changed one iota in all these years. It's amazing. It's truly remarkable.
Comedy, and like I said, I got stuck for myself because I didn't want people not understand what I'm actually talking about. So I spent a lot of depressive years going into, whatever.
Okay, so he's talking about the rough part of his life, being depressed, having cerebral palsy. Scorch laughs as he's looking at his phone, and he says, whatever. He's like, he's really losing steam. He's running out of patience.
I understand what I'm actually talking about. So I spent a lot of depressive years.
Look at Scorch laughing. Like, his timing could not be worse. There was an old PFG TV episode where he had a kid with cancer on his shoulders, And he's like, oh, they cut back to him at the end of the show, and he has the kid up on his shoulders like Tiny Tim. And he's like, oh, I got this growth coming out of me. And the kid has like tumors infesting and destroying his body. Like, that's the level. He's amazing. It's like, you couldn't be worse. It's impossible. You couldn't make something in a lab worse than Scorch. I just want to, one more time, him laughing when he's talking about being depressed.
I didn't want to people not understand what I'm actually talking about, so I spent a lot of depressive years going into well, whatever. And
He's done.
I really
he does interviews like Holly, Mike. That's fucking
me and Holly are the same people. So
Hell,
I don't
fuck yeah,
doubt
we
it.
are. Oh, I just said the F word too. See, he's already rubbing off on me. I'm done. No more shots for Holly.
A real, hang on.
No more.
Hang on, Mike.
I don't know what that was. He says he does interviews like Holly.
whatever. And but yeah, I really wanted to.
He does interviews like Holly, Mike. That's fucking
me and Holly are
killing.
the same
Do you hear
people,
that only one person is laughing? That's usually not a good sign, Scorch.
I don't
Fuck yeah,
doubt
we
it.
are.
What does that
I
even
just said the
mean?
F word too. See, he's already rubbing off on me. I'm done. No more shots for Holly.
A real, hang on.
No more.
Hang on, Mike, if I can.
Oh, there he goes.
Hold on.
Oh,
No.
oh.
A real Johnny Carson moment here. Hey, Scorch, can you read my comment about the guest being a horrible monster out loud again? I don't know what it was, but you said he was a horrible monster.
All right, so he's, he's like we could see the comments over here. So he's just taking the most horrible things from Redundant. Hey, Scorch, can you read my comment about the guest being a horrible monster out loud again? And he reads it. He reads that again. How are you supposed to
Mo
take
Green
this?
says you're no Rich Little. Do you do any impression?
Okay, Mo Green, who's that's of course a Godfather reference. Mike, and he's saying you're no Rich Little, which is another reference. I'm sorry. Do you do any impressions?
Out loud again. I don't know what it was, but you said he was a horrible monster. Mo Green says you're no Rich Little. Do you do any impressions?
What comedian does impressions now? What year is this, Scorch?
Other than the guy with cerebral palsy,
Okay,
which
the guy with cerebral palsy.
you hit that. Well, no, that
See, he did that really well.
Wow,
He
this
is
show's
really
get banned
losing
in
it.
18 different countries. Jesus Christ, brother.
And he did again.
somebody said happy birthday.
I'm going into great detail with this.
Which you hit that. Well, no, that
See, he did that really well.
Wow, this show's gonna get banned in 18 different countries. Jesus Christ.
Every
brother.
time he does anything, Scorch says that it's wrong and it's got to be censored and removed from the show.
Somebody said happy birthday, Grimace. I think that's you.
Oh, it's the purple shirt. I get it. Oh, big.
Oh, that's another fun thing to say, to read out loud. Didn't Scorch say that the chat was going to really give it to him? And would this guy know any of these people are saying this if Scorch wasn't reading it directly to him right now?
McDonald's. See, okay, McDonald's.
So tell us-
McDonald's. When you want to
Is it
promote
Sam?
Tell us your your best joke.
Yeah,
best joke?
yeah,
Oh, you
dance
said
for me,
you're
boy.
still-
Do a little soft shoe, boy. Tell us a joke.
Guy.
This
Tell
is a
us
great
tell
talk
us
show
your
host
best
moment.
Joke.
The best joke.
Oh, you said your story.
Again, look at Scorch. Hey, dance for me, boy. Tell me a joke, and then watch how long it takes for Scorch to look right back at his phone.
See, okay, McDonald's.
So tell us-
McDonald's. When you want to
Is it
promote
Sam?
Tell us your your best joke.
The best joke.
Oh, you said you're a story guy. You know, I'll give you 3 minutes. Give us a story in 3 minutes. A story joke in 3
story
minutes.
joke in 3 minutes.
So the
Mike,
worst
time
thing,
this, by the way, because I don't want any more than 3
Time.
minutes. No, I'm just giving you shit. Go ahead.
So he wants him to tell a joke, then he cuts him off one word into it. No, story. And then he fucks with him and says, do it in 3 minutes, or blah, blah, trying to be funny, which I guess is an attempt at a humor. But the whole time he's stepping on him over and over and over.
See, okay, McDonald's.
So tell us-
McDonald's. When you want to
Is it
promote
Sam?
Tell us your your best joke.
The best joke.
Oh, you said you're a story guy. You know, I'll give you 3 minutes. Give us a story in 3 minutes. A story joke in 3
story
minutes.
joke in 3 minutes.
So the
Mike,
worst
time
thing,
this, by the way, because I don't want any more than 3
Time.
minutes.
He's-
No, I'm just giving you shit. Go ahead.
So the
Jesus.
worst thing that has ever said to me was, I hope your daughter or your children don't really stutter. Well, she didn't. She actually helps me with my conversations. I'll be in mid conversations struggling.
All right, so he's telling a heartfelt story about how somebody said, "I hope your daughter has your stutter," or whatever. Right? Your daughter is afflicted like you are. Holly's listening. Scorch is back on his phone,
and I'm like, yeah. And she's like, "Don't worry, Dad. I got you, boo."
Okay, you know what? That's enough. We do want the 12 listeners we have. No.
He's giving you shit. Don't keep going.
He said, "Yeah."
Poor Mike. Mike's like,
and then I was like,
oh, God.
And I was like,
Kid.
go fuck yourself, Scorch.
Oh,
yes.
I'm listening.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, I gotta put applause in here or something. All right, let's go all the way back.
I hope your daughter or
Come on.
your children don't really stutter. Well, she didn't. She actually helps me with my conversations. I'll be in mid conversations struggling, and I'm like, yeah. And she's like, "Don't worry, Dad. I got you, boo."
Okay, you know what? That's enough. We do want the 12 listeners we have. No.
I mean, that is just so. It's if he's trying to be funny, it's kind of funny, but he doesn't know this guy. Clearly, it's just like he tell him to tell.
He's giving you shit. Don't keep going.
He said, "Yeah."
Poor Mike. Mike's like,
and then I was like,
and then Scorch goes,
God.
"Poor Mike." Like that's not his name.
Like, "Don't worry, Dad. I got you, boo."
okay, you know what? That's enough. We do want the 12 listeners we have. No.
He's giving you shit. Don't keep going.
He said, "Yeah."
Poor Mike. Mike's like,
And then I was like,
oh, God.
and I was like,
Kid.
go fuck yourself, Scorch.
Oh, get
Beautiful.
I'm listening to your jokes,
Thank
brother.
you.
No, barely is done.
Oh, my God. There you go. There you go. So there you have it. Marshall Loether. We're going to see him. He's on the rocks tomorrow. Give it up for Marshall.
As if nothing even happened. He has no idea what's going on.
Give it up for Chickadee's Family Restaurant.
Yeah.
Chickadee's Family Restaurant. We love
Yeah,
Chickadee's.
right into the sponsor.
We love Chickadee's because you know
It doesn't even register with him.
How many people said in this chat room, are you going to bring up the potatoes? Yes, we're going to bring up the 150 pounds of potatoes they do every day. Freshly done potatoes.
Right into the
We love them
fucking
because
spot.
I
This
love-
is all
I'm
that
a
Scorch
potato
does.
guy.
I'm a
Is
potato
reads.
boy.
They don't do. Am I on? Am I off? Am I on? Am I off?
He reads
Am I
a
on?
script.
Touching
He
it.
reads a
Okay.
plug.
They don't do.
And he
like
fucks
those
up the
processed
microphone.
Potatoes, you know what I mean?
Can
They
you
do
believe how
real
he treated
potatoes.
that
I like
guy?
that. So go in.
I'm
If you
so
want-
glad that dude fucking stormed off the show.
I say this all the time. If you want a lunch, don't go to those fast food
Go
places
fuck
for
yourself,
lunch.
Scorch.
You go to a place like Chickadee's, you get it made, homemade, and you bring it to work with you. Then you have a nice lunch. And Chickadee's
And it's
does
like
that for you.
it's like
Chickadee's
nothing
Family
even
Restaurant,
happened.
Oakland. Thank
He
you for
just
being part of
launches
the show.
right back into the fucking
we love
club.
you.
Let me see here. We got to thank Common Collected Cannabis Company in Chippewa
It's
Falls,
just-
the official cannabis company.
he
in
could
Chippewa
not be
Falls
more
of Scorch's
oblivious.
PFG
He's just-
TV. Be on the lookout for them.
He's
at
a
the Tattoo
scumbag. He's a
Expo coming up
total
in September.
scumbag.
And anything you need.
He's
CBD,
self-absorbed. He
THCA,
just not. He has no
paraphernalia,
humanity.
papers,
This
wraps,
person.
Pipes. Merchandise, shirts, sweatshirts, anything like that.
And he thinks
You
this
have
is cool.
fans
Like
and
the
family
name of this
members that
episode
are friends and
is
family.
Meltdown on the Set. The melodic chimes of the modern mimes. I don't know what that means, but he always has a rhyme shit. That's his other thing because he's a hack. So I think they kind of like
Members that go there.
it was so uncomfortable. They just sort of like, I don't know what to do.
Collected Cannabis Company. Thank
I mean,
you
he's
very
just
much.
reading
We
this
want
shit.
we want you to go in there and say Scorch's PFG TV sent you, and
Not even addressing
Wicked
it.
Sweet Bake Shop in Cadott. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wicked Sweet Bake Shop in Cadott.
I can't believe he
When I
called
tell
for
you
applause after
the
that guy
cakes
walked
they
off.
have, the cookies they have, the cheesecake.
The horrible beast has been vanquished. This is getting awkward real fast. Chickadees and their potatoes. Scorch is mad, antisocial. You can say that again. He's not even human. F you, Scorch, mic drop. Best comedy set on PFG TV so far. I agree. Yeah, Scorch goes effortlessly from being told to fuck off to an ad read. Ant could never recover like that. That is true. Anthony would be real shaken up because he's like a human being with emotions and stuff.
Cakes they have. Donuts. They had like 4 donuts
He
left
just
in the
launched
rack
right into
the
this.
day
It's
we
like
went,
nothing
and
happened.
Every one of them looked. They don't usually do this, but they made a fondant cake from Mike Decker as well. So Wicked Sweet Bake Shop, thanks to you as well. Round 2 of Modern Mimes on Scorch's PFG.
Oh, Modern Mimes. God damn it.
Yeah.
Modern Mimes is this shitty band.
You're all having fun tonight. Make some noise.
This is the second break
but
audio performance.
If you're watching this, somebody said.
All right. Yeah, amazing.
Right, welcome back to Scorch's PFG TV. Now, you can give it up, make some noise. We like noise. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, everybody's a little
uncomfortable,
uncomfortable, Scorch.
We realized something that. No, okay.
What an idiot.
Okay. We realized
The
something
whole
that may have
episode.
just happened. We saw so many comments. Wow, that was the most awkward comedy segment I've ever seen in my life. Holly came up with a good theory. And let me, Mike, if I can go to camera 1 very quick. Hey, Marshall, if you're watching this show, let me say, if what Holly's about to say is true, it had nothing to do with you, just so you know.
Okay.
I understand perhaps
He
why you may
is.
have done.
Listen to him. Holly came up with something on her. So the guy left the building. Okay, that's what we now know from this. He's not hanging out. He's gone. And Scorch doesn't know why. He can't figure it out. I don't know why. But Holly may have come up with something.
Yeah, hell yeah. So before we go any further, we realized something that no, okay, my mic is really
What
messed
an
up.
idiot.
Okay. We realized something that may have just happened. We saw so many comments. Wow, that was the most awkward comedy segment I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's because
Holly
of you.
Came up with a good theory. And let me, Mike, if I can go to camera 1 very quick.
Yeah, get Holly out of here.
Hey, Marshall, if you're watching this show, let me say, if what Holly's about to say is true, it had nothing to do with you, just so you know.
Okay.
I understand perhaps why you may have gotten up, but it has nothing to do with you.
I don't think
Now
you
back
do,
to
Scorch.
you, Holly, if you would.
So, okay. So I think what just happened, I was a little confused because he got a little upset, Marshall did, and left. Scorch is watching his stream through the chat room in YouTube, and he's giggling at the people who are commenting, which had nothing to do with Marshall. So I think Marshall may have thought that we were
Making fun of him or
giggling
something, yeah.
at him.
Yep.
That is totally not what Scorch was doing. He's literally just going in with his chat room.
So, Marshall, there you go.
Marshall,
So-
we love you.
Okay,
Nothing
Marshall,
was
just so you know, it was
meant-
nothing about you.
Nothing about you.
He completely abdicated any part in this. It was like Scorch is like completely clueless. And her rambling, drunken attempt to cover it up didn't really help things at all. They're actually saying she's trying. I don't blame her. She's trying to squeeze her. I mean, this is such an uncomfortable thing. She's like, he was laughing at the chat, which he was at inappropriate moments multiple times. But they're also forgetting the like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 times that he directly insulted the guy, cut him off, told him what he was saying needed to be censored, and he couldn't say that. He ordered him to tell a joke, interrupted the joke, told him to tell a story, interrupted the story, told him to tell a funny story, and then as he started telling it, said, only 3 minutes, and then when he started telling the story, cut it off and said, we're going to lose all our viewers. Oh, I'm just kidding. Hey, how many times can you say that? How many times is it just a joke, Scorch?
You know what? We'll have you back on
You
sometime.
gotta. I don't know if it
That's
was
why
like
you
the
need-
part of the comedy.
Yeah.
We don't really know. It just
Part of the
happened.
comedy.
So
Yep. Anyway, so that's about that. Anyway, you know what? Happy birthday to Mike Snow.
Happy
Give it up
birthday,
for Mike
Mike.
Snow.
I don't know what just happened. So
We're like running out of this episode as
Yes.
quick as we can. Hey, give it
Yeah.
up for Raiden, our camera
yes,
guy. We love Raiden.
we
Thank
love
you,
you too,
Raiden.
man.
Use guys in the audience. Give it up for use guys. Thank you so much.
Here he goes again. Got to hit the mic.
Holly Ho, give it up. I'm not on, I know. Give it up for Holly Ho.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
where
then
I'm
Scorch
looking.
puts the cherry on top, talking into the battery pack. Oh, man. You can't make this shit up.
And I'm Scorch. And yes, thank you for everything. Watch the program. Share the link. We will see you next time on Scorch's PFG
FGTV.
We'll see you next time. Thank you so much. We made it, yeah!
So, I'm just thinking that Scorch will not recognize. Scorch will go to sleep, put his head on the pillow, and it won't even register to him that something went wrong there. He won't even think about this. He has no idea why that guy left. Scorch sucks. This was very entertaining. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.
6.5 hours later.
So unfortunately, I came upon something the day after I had recorded the original thing about the guy Marshall Loether walking out on Scorch, and this kind of throws a wrench in the whole thing.
Have a great rest of your night.
So this is from last December.
Kung Fu movies. They used to call me?
He opens up.
Sorry. I'll let you just the elephant in the room. Myself is what somebody used to call me.
Okay, so he opens with the same joke. I was cheering for this guy yesterday after seeing Scorch shit on him and him storming out, but this kind of ruins the whole thing. Watch this.
But kind of cerebral palsy, and I got some mean things said to me in my life. But the worst thing was said from my wife's cousin. He said that I hope your children don't remember you stutter.
Okay, so this sounds familiar, right? That quote-unquote story he told. This is it. He's saying it. So
I just want to say thank you, asshole. My 4-year-old daughter speaks better than I do. I'll be mid-conversation struggling. And I'm like, yeah. And she'll step in and be like, don't worry, Dad, I got you, boo. He said, yeah.
All right, so word for word, it's the same thing. That wasn't like a real story. It was a joke. It wasn't going to be this long thing, and he was just winding up for it. Now watch this.
And I'm like, good. And she's like, I don't think I didn't see these words, but I think he said, go fuck yourself, sir.
So he wasn't telling Scorch to go fuck himself. Genuinely, that was the fucking punchline. And then he just, like, walked out. Good night, everyone! Like, that was his out. So, that's a real bummer. I thought he was actually, like, legitimately storming out. But it looks like he was full of shit. So it kind of puts things in a weird light, but it still makes for an awkward radio or whatever YouTube show that was, so do with it what you will. I wish I hadn't found this. So this was in December. I'm crestfallen. Yeah.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.